Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. It is Friday, September, let me check the laptop, 20th. So it's been 2 weeks, give or take. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so I thought I'd better check in, show you some progress, show you a little bit of haul, catch up with the Etsy shop, life update, and all the things. So I need to move that lamp because every time I put my head down, there's a reflection. Wonder if I turn it off. No, I think it's from the upper, that thing, the light in the ceiling. All right, so I hope you all are well. If you are returning, I greatly appreciate you coming back. I have read every single comment. Some I have returned comments. All of them I have hearted. So please know that I do read your comments. A lot of people commented on my flag concern, and I understand why it's flying to the left now. So, if you are new, sorry, I keep saying if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe and do all those YouTube things. I do not monetize, so I just love having you here. All right. And if you get ads while you watch this, that's a YouTube thing. That's not a me thing. I cannot control that. So I know that I have a premium account, so I don't get ads. So I don't honestly know how the ads work. I just make the videos and watch everybody else. All right. So what have I been up to? Well, my grandson was sick 3 days this week. He got, I'm assuming, what I had a couple weeks ago. He woke up Monday morning, his one eye was swollen, and I could tell he just felt like crap. And then Tuesday he woke up and he sounded like he had a hippo in his head. And Wednesday was going to be an early dismissal anyway, so I just kept him home. He still has a congested sounding, rattly cough, but he's 11 and he runs around and he does his thing. So he went to school yesterday and today. He has a ball game tonight, fall baseball. So we'll go with that. Nothing else really to report. The leaves are falling off of our trees, just tiny leaves. And that's about it. The cat's fine. If you follow my Instagram, you've seen pictures of the cat. Lana is, a cat. I've also been busy trying to create a portfolio that I like for cross stitch projects. The jury is still out. I'll show you that in a minute. So what do you want to do first? Let's do updates, right? Progress. All right. So first of all, I have a finish, people. Yes, I have a finish. I need to find something to put behind it so that we can all go, ooh, ah. Right? You're all doing it. I know you are. Let me find something. I'll put it behind this chart. Put this chart behind it. So, in December of 22, I went to the Jingle Ball. 22? 22. Yes, 22. And some of us that were in the cocktail room decided that we wanted to do Maker and Mender by Brenda Gervais as a stitch along starting January 1st, 2023. And I was like, new to the whole stitch along thing. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, fine, great. And then, of course, it got lost in the many projects that I have started. So after I was finished making some fall project bags and putting them in the Etsy shop, I decided, you know what? I am pulling that thing out and I am going to do it. I don't have the chart handy, but you can see what it looks like because mine is finished. I finished it. Are you excited? That's when we all go, yay! Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, the big bluish star down on the bottom, between it and the center motif, Brenda Gervais put the initials of her mother over one. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I haven't decided. The jury is out. My mother did teach me how to sew on her featherweight. I made Barbie clothes in the early 70s. So yeah, I haven't decided yet, but it's a possibility. So I just, like I said, I had the whole bottom third to do under the words, and I just started over there with the scissors, and I worked my way from left, yes, left to right. And I'm really, really pleased. Love it. Love it. Love it. So I don't know. I probably will frame this. I think it's too big for a pillow. But yes, I am pumped. Pumped, pumped, pumped. All right, what else have I been working on? My beautiful Como Stitches bag that I purchased. Thank you, Jess. I have been working on Comfort Lighthouse by Carriage House Samplings. This is a Sal, a friend of mine and I, Holly, that I met at the Grace Notes retreat, decided we wanted to do it, and we are piggybacking on top of a wider Sal called Let Your Lighthouse Shine. If you want some information on that, check out the Salander that Cross Stitch the Globe and Salix Stitches have on Instagram. I am using 40 Count Ren by Picture This Plus, and I decided to splurge and use the silks, the MPI silks. Now, oddly enough, I love the United States Postal Service. Thank you very much. I decided, I showed you this last week, that the off-white, what I thought was off-white or cream color for the half the lighthouse and the moon and the stars and the mermaid, I thought that was more of an off-white. But when I pulled the silk out of something else I had, I just happened to have the color. It's more of a peachy color. So I went on Hollis Hands Creates, love Christine. Her shop was wonderful. And I asked her, hey, what do you think are good matches for these DMCs? And do you have them? Yes, I do. Great. Ordered 2 silks, 2 different shades of a cream. And of course, they can't fly by themselves. So I also ordered a piece of 56 count because I really want to try a monochromatic sampler on 56 count. And you all can come visit me in my rubber room when I'm done. So Christine packaged it up, put it in the mail. It left Kansas City, and it made its way to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is, 45 minutes north of me. Okay, great. I expected it the next day. Next thing I knew, it was in New York. All right. Not a problem. This, I get it. I get it. Waited a couple more days, looked at the tracking. It's in Anaheim, California. So I emailed Christine. I said, hey, just to let you know, this is why I have not put a review on this order, because it's having a nationwide tour and it's now in Anaheim. But it'll get here. So then I got a notice that, it's in transit. It's in transit. It wouldn't tell me where in transit it was. Then I got an email saying it's in Harrisburg. And I'm like, okay, just please, 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 please. It should be in my mailbox right now. I hope. I hope. But being the individual that I am, I was at Needlecraft Corner last Saturday in north of Baltimore. And while I was there, I purchased some silks just in case my package never got found, because that's what I am. So I bought these. One's more of a, I don't want to call it like a dirty cream color. And the other one's definitely an off-white cream color. So, when I get the ones from Christine, then I just have more silks to play with, right? So I keep them in my Flossway bags. And because I was waiting for the cream to get here, I kept working on, I just stabbed myself with a needle. I kept working on the blue. And the windows are like a dark navy blue. So is the bird. Yes, that's going to be a bird. And so the goal was in the first couple of months to get the lighthouse done. And there's a line below the lighthouse. And I think this star. I don't know. There's no rules in my sales, people. You just go with the flow and sew as you sew, right? Sew with the flow. That sounds good. Sew with the flow. So, all my information is on my project cards. I have been asked if I sell these. I have thought about it. Let me know what you think. Is this something you'd be interested in? All right. Or. I also have used, hold please, getting it out of the drawer. I also have used these little project tags. And I hang them on the bag with these little plastic sleeves, and I put a bulb pin in the center hole and hang them on my bags. So what do you think? What's your opinion? Big project cards, little project cards, both? Let me know. I'm anxious. I love to hear your opinions. I do. The joy of living in a system of free enterprise. Right? We have blessings, people. We just need to be thankful for them. End of discussion. Right? Okie doke. And yes, there's going to be zipping and rattling and crunching because I'm putting things back in the bags so I don't lose them. Because I've already lost threads and I don't know where they are. Okie doke. Strawberry Fields. This is a sal. I know it's been saled many times. There were some of us at Midsummer Stitch that was hosted by Lindy Stitches that decided, hey, let's do this. Okay, great. So now you can see that I changed my fabric. It was going to be, I changed my start date because I had kitted it up in December of 2023 and I did not start it until August 1st, 2024. So I wrote down Confederate Gray because at the time that's what I had, Confederate Gray. It is now just called Gray by Weeks. I am using the called for colors except no, I am using called for colors. This isn't the one with Valdani. All right, so we decided that we were going to break it up into pieces, and you can see, I hope, I can't see what you see, the red lines on the chart picture, okay? And you can see that I have them labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. The goal is to do one part each month, and then in a year we'd have it done. Again, so with the flow. You don't like the order I put them in, that's fine. I don't care. Whatever makes it work for you. One of my friends decided she was going to do this, I think, for number 2, for month 2, because she wanted to get some of that big house done. That works. So I do have a working copy. I'll flash it at you real quick. Woo! And as I finish, I highlight. Now, why do I do that? Because I get in the zone and I just keep going. So for example, let me show you the front. For example, this corner of the border is actually in the 3rd section, so I shouldn't be working on that until October. But guess what? I was in the zone working on the border and I just kept going. The branch on this plant, part of it is in another month, so I just did it. You know, if I've got the thread on my needle and I can keep going, that's what I'm going to do. So, now, this is how big I cut the fabric. All right? Don't ask me where my brain was. That is how wide it's going to be. So I still have about half the fabric, but I love it. You can see that the border changes colors. And every time I sing it, or every time I stitch it, you know, I'm going, let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to. Yes. When I get to Eleanor Rigby will be in my head. When I get to Yellow Submarine, I have a feeling when I stitch Yellow Submarine with all that yellow, I'm going to want to sink it before I'm done. Anyway. All right, so Strawberry Fields Forever. Of course, it's in my strawberry bag. I have decided I love whole cloth bags. They're my favorite. My Whippa-Keepa, made by Steph, the New England Stitcher. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely. Super duper. Awesome sauce. Yumminess. She has a thread bed up at the top, a pocket down here, a vinyl pocket, and 2 pockets here. All right. This is Symphony of Friendship. I have said before, this is one that I saw and I kept, you know, like trying to prevent myself from pulling the trigger on it. Steph said, isn't anybody going to do this with me? And I still resisted. Well, then when I went to Needlecraft Corner and it was on her 50% off wall, it was a message from the Stitching Fairies. You need to do this. This is Symphony of Friendship. Yes, it's big. It is $3.79 by $2.29 now. But when you look at it, you know, you get in the rhythm of that border. Or you get with those leaves. It's not going to be that hard. Okay. I am doing this on, I don't have a clue, linen, because Nancy didn't write it down. I know it calls for fawn, and I didn't have fawn, so I didn't use fawn. So my linen has sort of a greenish cast to it. I don't know. You know, in the end, in 100 years, who's going to care, right? Who's going to care? Do we know what linen our ancestors used for their samplers? No. They didn't care about carrying threads on the back. You know, they didn't know if somebody 100 years after they made it was gonna be interested. Whatever. So this is how far I am. J, K, M. I haven't gotten to L yet. I think L's down below the J. Right? J, K, L. Yes. So, you know, I got tired of the brown, or it's not even brown. Yeah, it is. It's brown. I got tired of the brown for the vine. I got tired of the green. I got tired of the red. But so then I decided, let's do the leaves. And yeah, I mean, I jump. I do, depending on how many stitches. I jump. I don't care about my back. You want to see the back? That's my back. I really enjoy this one. I can't wait for this one to be done. Symphony of Friendship by Carriage House Samplings. And here are the Budimists. I am using the DMCs that are called for and the kudzu and kudzu by Weeks Dye Works, Havana by Weeks Dye Works, and Shutter Green by Gentle Arts. Now, if you're interested in doing this, it does take multiple skeins of the green, and you know, this is the tree. Buy all of those at the same time, because if you don't, you run the risk of a change in dye lots. So it is a little bit hefty investment up front. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. There are threads all over my house. I had to get the second block done on Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. This is a portfolio I made. It's a little tall for me, but I've got to split the difference between it and the one I just made because, yeah, I'll show you in a minute. So this is Shores of Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings, one of many Hawk Run Hollows. And it comes in multiple pages. It is charted with NPI silks, but I'm using the DMC conversion, except I did substitute some Color and Cotton, Weeks Dye Works, and Classic Color Works for some DMCs because I didn't have the DMCs. So I'm stitching this on a light hazelnut. I still don't know what that is. Somebody said it was XJU. 40 count. So again, what I've done, let me see if I can find my color picture because I don't want to show you. Yeah. So this is a stitch along that I am hosting. And it is a leap day sal, so it's going to last 4 years. And I know some people are like, oh my gosh, 4 years. Well, this is a big chart. You know, this chart is 371 by 278. Some of these squares in this chart are full coverage. So you got to give yourself time. So what we're doing is dividing each of these blocks. This is a block into fourths. This big one will be divided into eighths. And the goal is to get 1/4 of a block done each month. Now, that's the goal. Life happens. I get it. So I am using the DMCs. I did put in a couple of Classic Color Works, maybe. or no, color and cotton. Oh, I've got 2 color and cottons and 1. Yeah, I told you that. So here they are. Never mind. Brain fart. This is another one I love. I have to use my magnifiers and I have to have really good light and, all the things because I'm old. So it is on a bed sheet, drop cloth, whatever you want to call it. That's probably a half a yard. And I got the second block done. The only thing that I had to undo, because frogging is my middle name, I had one too many blue stitches over here. I did the blue all the way out under the black. I needed one less, so I just snipped the threads, undid them a little bit, fed them back through, and then started a new blue thread. It's so cute. I love the little crab. He's so cute. He's got his little crabby things. This is definitely not something you want to work on during a Zoom. Just saying. Ask me how I know. Unless you have already figured it out. Ask me how I know. Right? Right. Now, this portfolio that I made, I only put one big pocket. I think the next time I do it, I will put a pocket under here. But I like it. And it has, my lighthouses and saily boats and all that other stuff. Okay, the last thing I worked on is my monochromatic Monday Sal piece, or whatever monochromatic I choose to pick up. And that is, hold please, in my whale bag that I mailed because I had to have a whale bag, is Long Dog Samplers Fish and Ships. This is a piece that I had seen and I had thought about, and then I saw Laura from Stitching by the Shore working on it using DMC Floche. Now, Floche is a slightly thicker fiber. It's about the thickness of 2 DMC threads, so you just pull one strand and you use it. If you've been following, you know that I was doing this on a 36 count Grace Notes. I don't know if the holes tightened up when they dyed it. No, I did not like it. So I looked at Fabrics by Stephanie and I ordered 2 pieces of a blue in 32 count. Now, the one I ordered is, one of the ones I ordered is Winter Solstice. It is very, very deep oceany blue. It's pretty. I like it. Didn't choose it. The other one, now this is still in the hoop because I was working on it last night. And I'm almost caught up to where I was on the 36. This is 32 count Oceans Tide. Now, I love it. Love it. It's mottled. It has the deeper blues. It has the lighter blues. And if you look at it in the correct light, it almost has a purple cast. If you've ever seen the movie Monsters, Inc., sit down with your grandkids or your kids or whatever, but if you've ever seen Monsters, Inc., Sully, the big blue hairy furry monster, it reminds me of him. I like the way the stitches are laying on this. It's a lot easier to get that thicker thread through the holes. When you've got 4 stitches coming together in one hole, much simpler. If you are interested in trying Floche, I got mine from 123 Stitch. It comes in a skein like this. I ordered 3 skeins just, because I didn't want to run out. I ordered Blanc. It says number 16, 10 grams. And when I cut this to put it on the bobbin, it has these little tie jiggies on it. I think all I did was like open up the one end and snip it, and then I hung it by the other. I don't know. I did not rewind it on my floss winder. So, yeah. So the other 2 skeins are still in their bag that they shipped in. I like Floche. I like working with it. I have red and I have blue, and I think I have black on my wish list at 123 Stitch. Who knows if I'll ever get to using them again? I don't know. Because it's thicker, I chose, excuse me, there goes Floss Tube Nose. I chose to put it on this big wooden floss droppy thing I got from Chantel, 141. So there's that. That's what I've worked on. And I don't have a lot of stitching because I have been busy with my floss tube, my Etsy shop. And I hope that for those of you that have purchased a bag from me, I hope you are enjoying them. If you have not had a chance to go over and check out my Etsy shop, I would greatly appreciate that. I had some Halloween bags that sold out right away. Thank you so very much. And right now I have some fall theme bags in there. Let me show you some of what I have. So I made some whole cloth. So I have this one and this one. I love this one. And this one. I have a couple of those left. And then I have vinyl. And I have some trucks. And I have these I love. These geese I love. I'm going to have to go back and get some and make myself one. Vinyl with the blue houses. Showed you that, showed you that, showed you that. And vinyl with the teal and orange pumpkins. So, go check out the shop. Appreciate it. My self-promotion period of the program is done. Yes. See, look, I didn't even bother to put my Strawberry Fields back in the bag. I put the chart back in. Did I put the threads and the project back in? No. Why would I do something like that? And I didn't put something back in here, like the plastic bag that the chart came in. Losing my mind. Okay, so let's talk about haul, shall we? I belong to the Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month and Thread of the Month clubs. I have thought about giving them up, but the problem with these clubs is once you give them up, getting back in is difficult. I'm also in the Bestitch Me Fabric Club. I paused that for a couple of months. I unpaused it yesterday, so we'll see. But anyway, so got a package last week, opened it up while I was waiting for my grandson at school. So this is 36 count Ophelia. I get a half yard. That's probably a better representation. I like that. I might even have a project geared for that already. I am in the All Colors Club, and I get 10 skeins of that. Sorry, I'm crinkling. And I'm in the Neutrals Club, and I get 5 skeins of that. Well, lo and behold, when I opened my package, my Neutrals were not in it. So I took a picture of the package, what I got, emailed Color and Cotton. They immediately emailed back the next morning and said, "We are so sorry, we will get your threads on the way." And I got them yesterday. So this is black bay salt, purple kale, sugar plum, acapella, and seashell. I love this. This is pink quartz, fortissimo, barrel cactus, hazel, and sangria. I have used barrel cactus in something. Now, why is this pink quartz? Well, it's gray, but it has a touch of pink in it. And I got balsamic, violin, cilantro, browned butter, and macrame. I use macrame a lot. In fact, macrame is one of the ones I substituted into, was it Shores of Hawk Run Hollow? Sorry, where's the camera? So I will be filing those away in the appropriate boxes. So I will. Do you guys take your fabric out of the plastic bags? Or do you store them in the plastic bags? Just curious. I have heard that, you know, it's better to take them out because it lets them breathe. But I don't know. It's going back in its bag. I had signed up for the Signs of Christmas by Annie Bees through Crazy Annie's shop. And so I get invoiced once a month, and then the chart is sent. I have neglected to show these in the past. Now, this month I got 2 of them, so I don't know if we're done. So we have Festival of Lights. We have Christmas Maker. Christmas Maker? Yes, Christmas Market. Sorry, can't read backwards. Have I done any of these? No. Do I know what I'm going to do with them? They're done on 36 count flax linen. 1/2. So they're 98 by 96. I don't have the math in my head to figure that out right now. I'm almost tempted to try these over 1. I'd have to do the math and make little ornaments out of them. If you watched my floss tube in near December, you know that our Christmas tree is only 4 feet high because when we shopped for an artificial tree, Nancy couldn't contemplate what 4 feet high looked like. And yeah, go back and watch. It's pretty funny. As I said, I was at Needlecraft Corner last week, and I had also been gifted a gift certificate. So, you know, when you know, for something else, and when you have a gift certificate, you got to spend it. So I purchased some charts, of course. Why wouldn't I purchase charts, people? I purchased 2 pieces of fabric. They are from Seraphim, and they are both antique white. One is 46. Hey, I ordered the 56. Why not 46? So it's sort of a grayish. That's probably best. So these are fat quarters. Yes. So like I said, I got 46 and 36. Who's going to visit me in my little padded cell? Please? Yes. If she had 56, I was going to get a piece 56, but she didn't have that. So Saved by the Bell. I got American Mermaid by Plum Street. Now, when I do this, I'm not going to put the mermaid on the roof. Don't understand that. It's okay. So I will get the flag coming out of the rooftop. Got home, looked at my list, and I think I have 2 of these. So if I have 2 of these, this may be a future giveaway. But why did I buy this? Well, look at that house, people. Look at that house. That house is done in... Is it done in Classic Colorworks Hollyberry? I don't know. Shall we look? Why, yes. It is done in Classic Colorworks Hollyberry. Now, the house itself is only 10, 27, 36 stitches wide by 22 inches high, the house part. And then, of course, you have the roof. Yes. Who knows? Maybe I'll put the mermaid on the roof. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I also got Thankful Tiny Town. I have quite a few Tiny Towns. Have I done any of them? No. I got Red Manor Sampler by Scarlet House. Again. Look at the house. Look at all those cool motifs. This is charted with Overa Soie 103 silks. I will be using the DMC. It's done on 40 count Dirty Teacup, which I just happened to have gotten a piece from Rachel's last drop in her shop. Drop in her shop, baby. I got, she had this kitted with Ada and DMC, and I asked her if she would unkit it, and she said sure. So I just brought the chart home. It's Americana by Carriage House Samplings. This one is also charted with Soie d'Alger. I will use the DMC or Color and Cotton or whatever I can pull together. This one I've been looking at because you know me and my lighthouses and, you know, stuff like that. Whales. So, I'm ready, Jane from Boss Stitchers. Are we going to do this? You know you want to. I jumped on the Vibrant Flowers. This was a, I think it was a birthday stitch with Hobbies of Holly. This one is charted with NPIs, but I will probably use the DMCs or whatever I can find in my stash. This one tripped my trigger as well. This is Caught in a Swirl by Carriage House Sampling, by Kathy Barrick, sorry. And I just love that. Now, it is charted for that with needlepoint silk and with a DMC conversion. I'm wondering if it's going to take more than one skein of floss in each of those greens, because it does not say anything about needing more than one skein. But it is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 silks. So if I bought 2 of each green, that's only 8 silks. That's really not that bad. I don't know yet. And she stitched it on Thornfield from Needle and Flax. On 40, no, this is stitched on 40 count paperbark from Fox and Rabbit. She just happens to mention Thornfield. I'm not quite sure why. So there's that. I finally purchased a copy of Let Love Reign. This is on my list. In fact, when I do the thread pull, I might see if it looks good on the antique white. It calls for, what does it call for? The model was stitched on 40 count Saturn by Bestitch Me using DMCs and a couple weeks dye works. Yeah. If it looks good on that antique white, then that's what I'm going to use. And I might use the 46. Because if you look at the picture, the only white, if I'm looking at this right, the only white that it goes against the actual fabric are the sheep. And the sheep, you know, you gotta have sheep. The sheep, oh please, we will find the sheep. We are going to hunt the sheep. Okay, there's the sheep. They are done with little star symbols. The sheep are DMC 712. That would be one I would divide up into pieces. Sorry, my stomach just growled. And finally, again, because we have a big house, Fox and Rabbit, Hannah Dawson, 1831. This is charted using Belle Soie and Gloriana. That ain't happening. Why is it that I will buy yards and yards and yards of quilt fabric, but when it comes to silks, I won't do it? Why? I mean, that's stupid. Well, it's not stupid, but it's odd. Somebody tell me why I do that. So, I don't know. Those flowers in the border are, I think, DMC 816, which is a beautiful color. It is Sister Scarlet, Belle Soie. And of course, we all know how hard it is to find Gloriana silks. I have to think about that. There is Rice Stitch. There is Algerian Eyelet. Which aren't, you know, no big deal. So many charts, so little time. You know, I'm 62. Not going to be here forever. My kids aren't going to want this stuff. So, there you go. All right. So, that's all I have as far as haul and stitching. I did get a quilt back from my long armor. It still is not bound. I think that's the next thing I'm going to work on. I haven't decided what color, if I'm just going to grab a bunch of strips from my scrap drawer and do scrappy. It's a scrappy quilt. I might as well. Plans. I am starting to run out of steam with Whip Go, Boss Me, and the heifer board. I feel very restricted. I just want to grab something and stitch on it. Does that make sense? It felt so good to get that Brenda Gervais chart done. And now I pulled out Scarlet House, Hannah's Brownstone by Scarlet House. I just want to get it done. I want to get some things done. Of course, I work on a lot of big projects. I love samplers. But I've got some things out there I can get done. So anyway. All right, so thank you so much for helping me reach 3,000 subscribers. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. And to celebrate, oh, we're going to have a, I drew the names for the 3,000 subscriber celebration shares. But I did want to show you the portfolio I made. Now, I just pulled out fabric that I had, and we know that I love peanuts. Now, you can see, this is the first portfolio. Well, this is the second portfolio I ever made. It is 15 inches about long from top to bottom. This is the one I made yesterday. Let me go back a little bit. So you can see it is shorter. Okay. Lesson learned, I need more length from top to bottom. I tried to think of things, if you saw my Instagram, you know, I tried to think of things that I like in a portfolio. I am not much of a thread bed person, but every once in a while I will use it. Okay. I think what bugs me is that the thread beds that I have, they're all separate from the bags. I don't know. I'm just weird. And it's like one more thing I have to have out on the arm of my chair and try to keep the cat away from, and so on. So who knows? I did not put a thread bed in this one. I asked for feedback when I posted the rough model of this, and someone said, well, what about like a hanger thing on the outside so that you could put a project tag on it? And then if you slide it into a shelf, all you have to do is look at that. I thought, well, that's a cool idea. All right. I also put the elastic so that I can flip the elastic around to the front to close it. Okay. I like that. Now, when I made mine, you can see I do not have a thread bed. I made a big pocket here so that if I wanted to, this is another reason why I need to fix the length, the top to bottom measurement, is that, come on. Yes, it does fit. Barely. Okay. But I like it that way. Because I only put one big pocket here, so I can slide my nerd hoop and my fabric there. I only put, so I have my big pocket here. I put this on and I made it taller for my floss. I put this on for my scissors. Now, I know that some people have scissors that are very, very, very pointy, like, hang on, let me find all my stuff. Oh, I just had it. Really? Really? So many things, so little time. All right, so I was given these at a retreat. You can see how pointy they are. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? Well, I have no idea why, but somebody said, check these out because you can put these on the end of your scissors. Now these, I am guessing, are for knitting needles. I don't knit. So I thought, okay, I can do that. Stick that on there. Then I can hang my scissors like that. If you don't want to do that, you can put them in here. That's fine. I just don't want my scissors in here with my floss. And I made this bigger because, let's face it, some projects have a lot of floss. So that's why I did that. This is a prototype. I have no idea. You know, like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to make these and sell them. But the jury's still out. So that's what I did. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to chime in. What do you like about a portfolio? Okay, what features in a portfolio do you like? Okay. All right. Now let's do the shares for the 3,000 subscriber celebration. Yay! All right. I had 4 shares, and I'm going to show them to you one at a time. The first one was Prim Village. It's a Lori Holt pattern that was distributed by It's So Emma, I believe, and the Fat Quarter Shop. Yes. And it comes with the little house charm. And I used the random comment picker, and this one is going to Glee Hansen 4775. So Glee, please drop me an email with all your address information. Remember, you have to be over 18. So thank you, Glee. Number 2 was Silver Creek Samplers, Scary Things October Brings. This one is going to Cheryl Rathburn 8923. Congratulations, Cheryl. Please drop me an email. Number 3 is one that I finished, and I love it because it's, you know, it's red. It is from the Sampler Company, designs by Brenda Keys. This sampler right here. Sorry for the glare. Now, I used Gentle Arts. Make sure you buy, if you're going to use Gentle Arts, it took me just over 2 skeins. Buy 2 skeins at once because I ran out down here, and you can tell there's a dye lot difference. But I don't care. This one's going to Linda Pearson 3340. Congratulations, Linda. And the last one, which is what everybody wanted, right? This one is going to, it's one of my project bags, a Halloween project bag. It is going to include one of my project cards, and I put a frog charm on it because I frog. Okay. So it is the Haunted House Jack-o'-lantern face vinyl front project bag. This one is going to go to Jo Marie Hogel 1980. So congratulations, Jo Marie, if that's your name. Jo Marie, I like that name. I have a cousin called Joe. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yes, I do have another share this week. Now, if you don't mind the fact that the back of this vinyl bag is upside down because brain was out the window, I am going to share with one of my wonderful viewers a vinyl front project bag with upside down pumpkins and a frog zipper pull, and I will put one of my project cards in there. So if you are interested in this share with the pumpkins, let's use the word frog. F-R-O-G. Frog. Tell me about your most interesting frog experience. It could be with a real frog. It could be a frog experience with your needlework. So use the word frog. And like I said, the back's upside down. Sorry. All right. Thank you so very much. It's just over an hour. I greatly appreciate you watching and coming back and doing all the things. Yes. I did watch a bunch of floss tubes. I have watched Brenda and Laura, Brenda and the Serial Starter. But I didn't write anybody down this time. I do apologize. Brenda and Laura, the Tattooed Stitcher, Stitching by the Shore, Bluebird Paper and Thread. Let me look in my YouTube. Oh, Nancy from I can't remember their name. She did it with Susan, but anyway, she's back. She's rebooting her own channel, So Cozy Stitching. So I'm in the middle of watching that. The Bougie Stitchers. I watched Niecy Lynn. Crosshatch Quilts has another one out. Got to watch that. Barbara Johns I watched. Lost in Stitches. Welcome Stitchery. Shelley and Justine have a new one out. Oh, a new one. Snitch Stitcher. She's hilarious. She reminds me of me. Hobbies of Holly. Emily C. Lake Girl Stitches. She's a friend of Contented Needlework Kim. She put out her first floss tube. Blushing Pink Stitches, Memphis Sarah E., Cobweb Corner, The Boss Stitchers, Hollis Hands Creates, Cosford Rise, Stitchery, Contented Needlework Kim, Mama Loves You GB, and so on, and so on, and so on. I have way too many people in my subscription list, but you know what? I love them. They make me laugh. They inspire me. They enable me. They do all the things. So, if you find someone new to your YouTube feed, let us know. Because I know there's people out there I haven't even found yet. All right? Okay. So, I hope you liked what you saw. I hope you were inspired to stitch. Have a wonderful next couple of weeks until we get together again. And keep your stitches crossed. Bye-bye.